Hi, I'm Adrian, and this is a healing for triggers. So, if you've been feeling triggered recently, and I think we all have, this is going to help. So, let's just take a moment and take a few deep breaths, and know that breathing is always the very best thing to do when you're triggered. Just it's the most powerful tool we have and often the most easily forgotten because when we get triggered, we automatically go into that fight, flight mode and we forget to breathe. So, oxygen is going to help always. Oxygen helps all of the things. So, deep breath in, breath out. Know that whatever is being triggered in you is simply being brought into your awareness because it is something that you can balance, that you are now able to balance and clear and heal. And, we are all whole, healed, divine already. It's really more just about coming into alignment with our human experience and merging our divine selves with our human selves. That's what this ascension process is all about. And that's what these triggers are helping us do. They're helping us step into greater alignment with our souls, with our source, with our hearts, with love. So, triggers are great, even though they totally and 100% suck when you're going through them. And the more we can remember that the triggers are here to help us, to clear us, to move us forward in whatever way our soul and higher self is calling for, the easier it can be to move through them because we don't have that added frustration of, dear God, why is this happening to me? Thrown into the mix. So, deep breaths. Always the best tool. Return to the breath, return to the breath, return to the breath. And so if you're feeling triggered right now, just breathe. Just feel the energy of the trigger vibrating. It's just energy. These triggers will kick off a lot of brain hamsters. They'll kick off a lot of negativity sometimes. We can really kind of tune into the triggers and attach to them and feel like, okay, this means something about me. This means something about my life. This means something about how I am in the world. Really, the triggers don't mean anything. They're just showing you what's ready to move out of your system, what's ready to balance so that you can, move forward in a clearer, happier, more free way. Because the more of these layers and triggers that we clear, the freer of this energy we are. So, just feel into the trigger and breathe with it. And some energy is coming through now just to help you receive whatever you need to receive from the trigger. And for some, it may be, and if you watch this multiple times for different triggers, you'll receive something a little different each time because the energy is meant to work with you in whatever way you need in this moment. So, as you breathe, just feel into the trigger, and maybe in this moment it means not responding to the trigger. It means allowing it to just vibrate out and then it's gone. No more work needs to be done. Sometimes it means digging a little deeper. Sometimes there's something in the trigger that wants to be seen by you, that is coming into your conscious awareness. So if there's a message in your trigger, after you're finished feeling it, after you're finished processing it through, know that that message will come through, that you'll have the understanding of what this trigger was meant to show you. And the understanding might come 10 minutes after the trigger, 10 days after the trigger, it doesn't matter. The awareness will come. So just trust that. Trust your higher self. Trust that everything is unfolding perfectly. And that these triggers are doing exactly what they need to do. You are not moving backwards. You are not succumbing to old stuff because, what's happening now is some of our deepest wounds and triggers are being called up. And so, that can be a little disconcerting. But it's perfect. It's coming up to leave. It's coming up to show you something. It's coming up to help you to a new realization that will serve you as you move forward. So, As you feel into the trigger, if it's happening now or if it's a trigger that you're currently working with, just know that there is nothing that you did wrong, that you are loved, that you are whole, that you are connected to your higher self, that you are your own unique encoding of divine source. And so, you're great. You're all good. This is just part of the experience. This is part of the current roller coaster. So, and we can always choose to step off the roller coaster at any time. So if the trigger feels really familiar and there's something there that's just asking you to step off the roller coaster, to close out that particular cycle of drama, to close the book on that story for good, that's beautiful, a beautiful understanding to have as well, because then you can even just imagine closing it up like a book and tossing the book into the light, or returning it to the library, the cosmic library, and being in the knowing that you are complete with that there's nothing more that you need there. Okay, so just let the energy work with you in whatever way it is. Feels like some things are moving. Good job. So this energy is just meant to help you move through the trigger, to help you understand what it's showing you, or to simply close the book on it if it's time. And triggers can do a lot for us. They really can be a very powerful tool, as long as we, allow them and know that we don't need to respond to the trigger. It's so, and this is kind of a big lesson for me, for sure. But, the trigger does not demand action. The trigger only demands breath and attention and acknowledgement. Like, okay, whoa, I just got super triggered. Okay, breathing. Okay, what do I need now? Do I need to walk out of the room? Do I need to step away from my email? Do I need to step away from social media? Do I need to take a walk? Do I need a hug? Do I need a snack? Whatever it is, do I need to go for a run and just work out some of this energy? A punching bag, or, whatever suits your fancy. And just feel into what you need. How can you take care of yourself and love yourself through the trigger? Because the more we can all love ourselves through the triggers, and I make no bones about this not being the easiest thing. It's certainly not very easy for me. It takes practice. But as we all learn to love ourselves through our triggers, everything shifts. Like the whole world. If we could all do that, the whole world would be completely different. But this, it takes a lot of maturity and a lot of wisdom and a lot of, just commitment to yourself and to your own journey. I don't want to say your own growth, because you've been doing this a long time. You're probably kind of sick of growth. It's more about, learning how to be human in a way that's more fun rather than less fun, perhaps. So just feel into this energy one more time. We're going to ask that the energy moving through this healing give whatever it needs to give to the person watching now, so that they can receive whatever healing, soothing, information, acknowledgement, comfort, whatever is needed in this moment through this particular trigger. We set the intention that they receive that now. Let it filter through in the perfect time. So even if you don't feel 100% better right this moment, you will soon. It'll just keep moving through you, and then complete. And congratulations, you just moved through another trigger. That is one less trigger that you have to deal with now. So that's always good news. So just 2 more deep breaths. You can just imagine yourself breathing out anything that doesn't serve you, any frustration, any worries, any excess energy around this trigger. Just in and out. Good job. So I hope that has been helpful. Please feel free to return to this video as many times as you need. You know, you can even like bookmark it on your phone or something if you're in a really triggered time. And know that you're doing a great job. You're doing a fantastic job. And just keep breathing through it. So again, I'm Amber Adrian. You can find more on amberadrian.com if you want to explore a little bit and come hang out with me there. And thank you so much. I hope this helped.